Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel, Unpolished 20-something. My name's Rachel. Today I'm going to be talking about the type of makeup to do when you're having a photo shoot done, whether it's an engagement shoot, you're graduating from college, or you just had a baby. And I'm going to be talking about the type of makeup that I would do if I was having my picture taken. So it's a little bit different than the kind of makeup that I would do on an everyday basis, and there's a few reasons for that. When you're getting your picture taken, you always have to worry about flashback if a flash is being used. You have to worry about how things are going to look in certain lighting, and obviously you want to still look like yourself. I think that's most important, and you'll hear me probably talk about this throughout the video. When you're having a photo shoot done, you don't want to change your entire look. You still want to look like you. So I'm going to really focus on just some different techniques and some different types of products that I would use if I was having a photo shoot done, but not necessarily like what type of look I would do, because I really think that you should just look like yourselves. This is what I look like. I don't always wear a full face of like intense makeup, and if I was having a photo shoot done of me, I'd probably stick to more natural looks. But again, if that's not you, don't do that. Do whatever you like to rock on a daily basis. And just embrace your everyday look, and maybe try out a few different products if what you typically use wouldn't be best for a photo shoot. So I hope you guys enjoy. This video was requested by one of my best friends, Mary, who is getting her engagement shots done this week. So congratulations again, Mary. I can't wait for you and Ryan's wedding next summer, and I hope that you learned a few tips and tricks. Whenever you start your makeup, really the first thing is always to prime your face. So today please don't hate me. Today I'm going to be using a primer that's ungodly expensive, but I bought it, so I'm going to use it. And it's the Geurlain, the gold primer. I don't know what they call this. I don't think it has a real name. Essence, I don't know. Radiant Concentrate with Pure Gold. Okay, so the Geurlain Radiance Concentrate with Pure Gold. So I've used almost all of it. I bought it during the Sephora sale last year when they had like 20% off your entire purchase, so I didn't feel as bad buying it. So many people on YouTube were talking about it, saying it was just the best primer ever, and I had to try it out myself. I actually do like it, if I'm being completely honest. I don't think that you need it, don't feel like you need to purchase it, but it is good. I'm not gonna lie. I will say, if you're thinking about purchasing this, it's definitely not a primer for people with oily skin, because it is a gel texture, so if you have oily skin, it's just going to make your foundation slide right off. So completely opposite from that. Next, I'll be applying foundation, and it's a very affordable foundation. It's the Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation. Now, the reason I'm using this one specifically today is because this foundation is advertised, and it claims, and it's true, that it doesn't have any sort of flashback. So when you're having a photo shoot done, you really want to make sure that you're not using any sort of product that has that white cast to it. So if you have a foundation that you really love, take a few pictures before you have your photo shoot done with a flash and see what your face looks like, if you're not familiar with how it reacts to a flash right now. And if it doesn't give you ghost face, then I think you're okay. But if you don't have a foundation that you feel comfortable with, this is a really great one. I really like it. It's super affordable. It's under $10. It does have a pretty horrible smell. I will not pretend like it doesn't, but it's fine. It goes away really quickly, so it doesn't bother me too bad, but it kind of smells like paint, I'll be honest. But again, it goes away really quickly, so it's worth the price tag to deal with the little bit of a scent problem. So I'm not going to put a lot of this on, just because if I was having a photo shoot done, I want to still go for my natural look, but that's just my style, so if that's something that you like, if you really like a full coverage foundation, wear full coverage foundation. But I really like my freckles to peek through, so if I was having a photo shoot done, I wouldn't use a full coverage foundation, because I like my freckles and I'd want them to show. And I'm just blending this in with my Eco Tools sponge that 100% needs to be washed, so don't look at it, please. Also, ignore my nails that also I really need to take the polish off. And obviously bring it down a little bit on your neck so you don't have that line. For concealer, kind of depends on what you want to go for. I love a full coverage concealer, so I will be using my Tarte Shape Tape today. I just really love the way my Tarte Shape Tape looks in photos, so this is what I'm going to be using today. But if you like a more natural concealer, this is definitely a full coverage concealer, so maybe not go for this, but I like the way it looks, and I typically use a more light to medium coverage foundation, so I'm not like completely covering up my whole face. Of course, if I was having a photo shoot done, it'd probably be with Emma. No, but like really, I kind of want to do that, which sounds so stupid and lame, but I've had her since I was in middle school, so she's my little baby. So obviously I went with the route of highlighting my face with concealer. If that's something that you normally do, great, go for it. If it's not something you normally do, don't feel like you have to. I will say though, for pictures, it looks pretty good to do the highlighting method with concealer, just because it gives light to the areas that you want light to be brought to, and then we'll use bronzer and a little bit of contour later that will add shadow where you want it to be shadowed. For powder today, I'm definitely going to be using my Mercier translucent setting powder. Whatever you use, make sure it's translucent. This is one of the biggest tips I can give for when you do a photo shoot. You do not want it to be any sort of powder that will give you a white cast. Now, some white powders don't have a white cast. Just because it's white, don't think automatically, oh, I have to run to the store and get new powder. Read the powder, read the package, and see if it's translucent. As long as it's translucent, you should be fine. If it doesn't say it's translucent, again, try it out with some flash photography and see if it makes you go ghost face. But I know this powder is good for me. With a flash, I'm good to go. I also really like the RCMA No Color Powder, which does say no color powder, but if I'm baking with it, it'll have a flashback in pictures. Now if I'm just dusting it over my face, I'm usually fine. So I'm going to put this all over my face, just because if I was having a photo shoot done, chances are I'd get a little hot and I tend to get a little bit sweatier. So I want my face to stay matte, and therefore this time today I'm going to be putting it all over my face, but most of the time I only put this where I put concealer. And obviously I'm kind of doing a light dusting, but I'm about to go in with a little bit more and tap it into the places that my makeup tends to break up on me first, or I tend to get oily quickest. So I've actually already filled in my brows, so I'm just going to go over with a little bit of Gimme Brow to set my brows in place, which is something that I definitely suggest if you're having photos taken. You don't want to have to constantly retouch your makeup while you're having your photos done. Before I do my eyeshadow, I'm going to prime my eyes with my absolute favorite, as you know, Urban Decay Primer Potion, the original. Now, if I was having a photo shoot done, I would keep my eye makeup really simple, but again, that's up to you. So today I'm just going to be doing something that's like bare minimum, just enhancing my natural beauty. That sounds so lame to say. I know I sound like really love myself saying that, but my natural beauty. So I'm going to be using the Tarte Tarteist eyeshadow palette. It's one of my all-time favorite eyeshadow palettes. I want to say, I don't know if it's my absolute favorite, but it's one of my all-time favorites. So first I'm going to be going in with the neutral vanilla shade at the bottom. And I'm just taking this on a big, fluffy, dense brush all over the lid. Next I'm going to be going in with this color right here. It is Chic, is the name of it. The previous one was Classic, by the way. And I'm going to be taking this on a fluffy brush and just sweeping it all over in the crease. And being honestly kind of messy with it, letting it go down a little bit. Honestly, I'm really just contouring my eyelid. That's essentially all I'm doing today. Next, I'm going to be going in with Innocent right here, and this is going to be the last eyeshadow color that I actually use. Just going on the same brush, a little bit lower down. So I'm actually not going to put anything on my lower lash line. It's a personal choice. Today I'm not going to, just because I'm really only interested in contouring my eye. So I'm going to skip it today, but I will do an inner corner highlight later on. So I'm actually done with this palette. Since I am going for more of a natural eye look, I do want to make sure my eyes look really wide and awake. So I'm going to be going in with the Fake Awake from Tarte. It's a nudie colored liner, and just putting this on my waterline. This liner is great if you wear contacts because it doesn't get on your contacts. It doesn't irritate my eyes at all, and it stays all day long. So I really love this liner. If you're a contact wearer, it's a good one too. I'll be doing mascara using my L'Oreal Lash Paradise, which is what I've been using all the time now. So I know you're tired of me saying it, but that's what I'm putting on my lashes today. If I was actually getting a photo shoot done, I may or may not wear false lashes. For the purpose of this video, I'm not going to do it just because chances are I probably wouldn't. The only time I really wear false lashes is like Halloween and super special occasions. So I will be wearing false lashes for my sister's wedding in November, but I probably wouldn't wear them if I was having a photo shoot with Emma. I also probably wouldn't wear false lashes just because I do have really long, pretty voluminous lashes. I'm very lucky in that sense. And if you don't and you really want your lashes to stick out in photographs, feel free to go and try out false lashes. You can buy really affordable ones. Ardell makes great ones at the drugstore. You don't have to spend a ton of money. And Duo is a pretty affordable lash glue that works really well. And there's a ton of videos on YouTube about how to apply lashes that would do a much better job than I would. So definitely check those out if that is something that you're interested in. So next I'm going to be doing my bronzer. My absolute favorite bronzer is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, as you can tell by how much I've used. And I do use the shade Light. The smell is just so good. You definitely want to make sure you use a bronzer that doesn't have any sort of shimmer in it, because shimmer could pick up if you're having flash photography done. But also if you're just outside, the sunlight could hit it and it might look a little weird, honestly, on pictures. So I definitely make sure you have a matte bronzer. And you'll notice that for photography, I suggest matte a lot. Glitters can really pick up and shimmers can pick up in photography more so than just walking around, and it doesn't look as weird when you're just walking around as opposed to when you have a photo and all of a sudden you have like a couple of weird shimmers on your cheek. So I'm just going to put this kind of, you know, in the sort of 3 area. If you're not familiar with the 3, it's like this idea that you can just do that. I don't actually do it that way, but you can if you want to. Draw a 3 on your face. I usually just cheeks, and then I do my forehead. And I don't go crazy with my bronzer. I just want to add a little bit of dimension. And then I do my neck, which is really important for me because my neck doesn't ever look near as tan as my face does because my neck doesn't have freckles. And then I'm going to do just like a little touch on my nose. That's a personal thing. Not everyone likes to do bronzer on their nose. I do because I like to have that sort of sun-kissed look. I think it really complements my freckles. So I always do it, but it's not for everyone. So definitely don't feel like you have to. Now today I am going to contour just a little bit. I don't wear contour every day. It's not something that's normal for me. But for pictures, I would probably do it. Just because I want to have a little bit more of a chiseled look and have those dimensions to my face. The Chemical Sculpting Powder in Light. This is really expensive. I'm not going to play around with the price tag at all, but it's a really great powder. It lasts so long. I don't use it every day, but it does last a really long time because you don't need that much of it. Now, if you're new to contour, one of the biggest tips that I give is to, put it where you want it to be, suck in your lips and make a fish face. Put it in there and then blend upwards. Always blend up, don't blend down, because that'll just make your face look kind of muddy and gives you a weird 5 o'clock shadow that I'm sure most of you don't want. So always blend up after you make sort of the line of where you want it to be. I do prefer powder contours, but cream contours can be really great too, so just get what you feel comfortable with. And then I am going to be contouring my nose just ever so slightly. So for blush, I again suggest something that's matte, that doesn't have any shimmer, definitely not any glitter. So I'm going to be using this shade right here. It is Flowerchild, I believe. Yes, Flowerchild by Becca. It's one of my favorite blushes. It's so flattering. And don't go crazy with blush. This isn't theater. You're not going to be on stage. It will pick up on camera. So don't go crazy. Do it with a light hand. Highlight time. Now, I love a good strong highlight. So if I was having my picture taken, I'd probably wear something that's pretty strong. So for that reason, I will be using the Balm Lou-manizer that I've mentioned before is one of my favorite highlighters. So if that's not your thing, don't feel like you need to do it. If you are going to wear a highlight, I do suggest getting one that doesn't have any chunky glitters in it. Same thing as I've mentioned previously, it'll pick up on camera, it'll look a little weird. So get something that's more of a shimmer as opposed to a glitter. Ooh. Oh, I love this highlight. I hope you guys can see it. Man, I just absolutely love this highlight. Oh. Always have to get the nose. I love a good nose highlight. I don't know if I've mentioned that, but it's one of my favorite things. And then the Cupid's bow. So like I mentioned, I am going to put this in my inner corner as well. Next, and almost last, I am going to do a lip color. So again, since I'm going for more of a natural look, I'm going to go for something that's a little bit more nude. So I'm going to be using the Bite Beauty Multistick in Papaya. Now, if you want to go for a gloss or something with shimmer to it, go for it. I just prefer matte lips, so that's why I'm doing that today. But make sure before you finish your makeup off that you do a setting spray, especially because when you're having your picture taken, some of the imperfections can pick up a little bit more, and setting spray gets rid of any of the powderiness left on your face. And this is the Glamglow Glowsetter. I do really like this setting spray, FYI. So there you have it. This is how I would do my makeup if I was having a photo shoot done. But again, do you, and do whatever feels natural and comfortable to you. The biggest tips that I can give if you're having a photo shoot done is to make sure that you're not using a foundation or a powder with any type of flashback, and to not use any face products that have too much glitter and really only have shimmer either on the eyes or as a highlight. I wouldn't really do them anywhere else unless you wanted a shimmery lip. But would suggest if you're having your picture taken to add in some warmth to your face and use a bronzer or a contour. But if that's not something that you're comfortable with, or you don't feel like yourself or look like yourself when you wear those products, don't do it. Stay away from it. Don't be a different person just because you're having your picture taken. That is the message of this whole video, is be yourself. Please subscribe before you leave, give it a thumbs up, and share my video. And if you have any ideas for future videos, please comment down below or email me. I have my contact information in the box below, as well as all of the products that I used today. So thanks y'all for watching. Have a great day.